All right, there we go. I got it up and running. It's perfect. We're great. A minute 17. That was a lot better than last time. Guys, welcome to What's in the Box. I'm D-Rez, or Kevin, as you guys know. And this is a place where we talk with indie devs and talk about other games and our love to one another. And yes, that's also lots and boxes. We have a special guest with us today, Mr. Scott Bullock, creator of Ronnie. Scott, welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Glad to be here.
If anybody has any questions, we're going to start it off a little differently. If anybody has questions, inside chat, just throw it out there, and we can start hitting this really quick. But first, how was the weather, Mr. Scott? I know it started snowing over in Ohio.
Yeah, it's very cold over here. Over the weekend, my daughter and me, we were outside playing over in the school playground, and then now it's all freezing and snow, and so I guess we could go out and build a snowman. Crazy.
Yeah, it was yesterday was 70 degrees out, and it started raining, and I guess there's like a cold front came in like 30 degrees, and then tomorrow it's like snowing. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, screw you, Mother Nature, screw you. But
be glad when it's over.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty excited for the summertime. I'm really excited. But yeah, let's jump into it. Like I said again, thank you for joining us. I wanted to ask, this is the first thing. How'd you get into a game development? I saw that this is your first indie game. Congrats, by the way. Right. Yeah, how did you get into it? What's your story?
Actually, I used to be a sculptor for many years for a company, and due to the fall of the economy, I was let go, and I'm like, man, what do I do now? Because that's all I ever did. So I decided to get a hold of colleges and look into maybe some digital art or something like that. And the lady asked me what I had done before, and I told her I was a sculptor. She goes, well, do you like video games? I'm like, yeah. So she goes, how about doing some 3D modeling? It's like sculpting, but doing it on computer. I said, sign me up. So that's how I got started in college. And then afterwards, after I graduated back in 2012, I applied all over the United States in different game industries and was being denied, saying I didn't have enough experience because they all want 3 to 5 years experience, and that just makes me so mad, because how are you supposed to get experience if someone won't give it to you?
It's true, exactly.
So I don't know if it was through Twitter or just on the internet, came across a site called Meetup, and it showed me a group up in Columbus, Ohio, where you could actually hang out with other game developers. And I started hanging out there, and came across Steam, and Steam Greenlight is what really pushed me to make my own game and say screw everybody else, because I've been trained on everything. So here I am making my own game now.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So how has it been making it? Because you said this was by yourself, right?
Oh yeah, everything's done by myself. It's been a challenge because everything that you do is like you're reinventing the wheel. Everything's from scratch. It's like, model building, like when you were a kid, you had all the parts in the box, and you put A and B together, and you come up with your model. This, you got to actually make the pieces and then put them together and put them in your game engine and your levels to make it work.
Yeah.
So it's pretty intense sometimes. Some days it goes so well. Other days you just want to throw your computer across the room, and you don't know why things are going bad for you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to quit, but no, I don't want to quit.
Yeah, there's that internal struggle. I know last week, Evan Todd, we asked the same question, like, was there an internal struggle with you? And I was going to ask the same question, but obviously you just told us. So you want to throw your computer against the wall. That I give you 100% props. I mean, doing a game by yourself, like I said, we asked Evan last time, how was it working by yourself? And he's like, it's don't do it. It's just like, it's very, very difficult. He's like, I don't suggest that anyone, work with other people. But why only yourself? Why not other people making the game with you? Was there nobody that was like, hey, I'll help you?
Um, I think I'm the only one in Kentucky, actually. So there's no one around here to help. And everybody that I talk to up in Columbus, they're all programmers.
Yeah,
So I'm an artist. I'm not a programmer.
I see.
So I'm filling out that I need a programmer to help me.
Well, there you go, guys. Everybody in the stream. There,
There you
boom.
go.
Yeah.
Go help them
So,
out.
what do you use to build it?
The game engine, I'm using UDK,
Oh, okay.
and the software to make all my models, I'm using 3ds Max.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. So
Yeah. They showed us in college.
I noticed. So it's a horror action game, adventure game, right? Correct. And
Yes.
it remind me a lot of like Have you ever heard of this game, Cry of Fear?
I think so.
You definitely should check it out. Myself, I'm a pansy or a pussy when it comes to these scary ass games. I can't play more than like 30 to an hour. I have to shut them off because my adrenaline starts pumping and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I can't. I have to stop. Well, what inspired you to make this game? Was it other games like maybe like Resident Evil or Cry of Fear or like Outlast? Have you heard of that one?
I actually played Outlast
Nice.
a month ago
Did
by
you?
myself in the dark,
How'd you
and
like it?
I had to turn it off. Yeah, I think I crapped my pants.
Yep.
I was done.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
But yeah,
awesome though.
Pretty scary.
Actually, gives me a question. Why a horror game? I mean, like for me personally, I hate horror games. I hate getting the crap scared out of me, so I can't at all understand why anyone would want to make a horror game. Why a horror game?
I've always been into horror movies growing up. My dad introduced me to the old Universal Studio black and white monster movies, and just growing up and seeing the great movies in the 70s and then bouncing into the 80s. I love it. I love being scared. So I decided, at first I was going to design a fun game about a character I used to draw back when I was a kid, and that just did not go well with UDK. So I decided to jump into the horror, and the people I work with really gave me the idea of what I'm doing right now. So got to give throw out to them.
That raises a question for me then. Could you give us a little bit more, two questions actually. First one is, could you give us a little bit more information on the story of Ronnie?
Okay. It is a psychological horror game based around an 8-year-old boy who comes from a terrible family. It's set back in the 40s. He comes from a terrible family. His father's an alcoholic and he's abusive, and his mother just pill popper, just hates him, doesn't want nothing to do with him. So he basically just hangs out on the streets, just little rug rat, and gets into trouble. So he came across a carnival one day and thought how cool it would be to join up with a carnival and get out of the town, get away from everything. But actually it turned out to be an evil carnival, and they abducted him.
Really?
And he woke up 30 years later inside of an insane asylum.
Oh, whoa.
Oh!
This is dark.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's there's something about him that I can't even tell you, because you'll find out at the end of the game why his parents didn't want him and why the carnival wanted him.
Wow. Okay.
There's a big mystery.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's that's what play the game from finish, whether it's good or bad, because I want to know what happens. Like a brave story.
Yeah. And plus he has multiple personalities, so you're going to hear a lot of conversations going on between when he's in the asylum. It's going to be he'll be talking in his grown-up voice and talking to himself in the child voice, or vice versa. Because in my game, he's stuck in a nightmare, but then he'll bounce back into reality, which he's running through the asylum trying to escape, and everybody's trying to get a hold of him. But then he'll bounce back again over into the nightmare and be talking between him, like I said, himself and the child. So it's really creepy.
What inspired you to make that story? What more or less gave you the idea?
Um,
Because I doubt you would have sit down one day and you're just like, all this. Yes. I very
came from music, the carnival. Kind of got the idea from Ray Bradbury's book, Something This Way Wicked Comes, where the carnival comes to town and grants everybody their wish, but they're actually bad. So a lot of research came into play.
I can only imagine. Wow, that's awesome. That story, I can't wait.
Yeah, and I did an interview with a fellow coworker that his wife actually had multiple personalities, and that just totally freaked me out. Just even listening to him, what she was doing. So.
Wow.
Wow, so you got really first-hand experience.
Yes.
I got a question for you. So anyone else has got some questions right now? I'm not sure if you're at this point of the game yet, but do you like look forward to like designing, engineering, like how you're gonna scare the crap out of the people who are gonna play your game? Like, is that like?
Oh yeah.
Or do you like? Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of the stuff in the story is some of my nightmares too, because if you notice, it's pretty dark, and in my nightmares, I can't really see too much in front of me when I'm like going through houses that I've never been in, and there's also the part where there's a beach in the game, and that has to do with my fear of sharks. Ever since I've seen Jaws, I've been terrified of the water. So I'm gonna have a giant zombie shark in there trying to get you as you're going in the water, getting pieces of your soul. Because part of the game is in each level is to find bits and pieces of your soul to get that back. Because if you do, and at the end of the game you get all your soul back and finish off the final boss, then you revert back to the 8-year-old little boy with a happy family, happy lifestyle. And if you don't win, then you're just screwed and you're stuck in the asylum. You're nuts.
I really like that Blood Beach. I thought that looked
Blood
cool.
Beach was awesome.
Oh,
What I'm going to do is like everybody that's in the asylum, like the nurses and the orderlies that are after you, will all play a part in the different nightmare levels, but they will actually be like zombies, but they still have the clothes of the nurses and orderlies on. So I'm actually building 2 different levels at the same time, just bouncing back and forth.
That's pretty cool.
So then the story is a character conflict against himself. Like there's the circus that's bad and all that, but you're really
Right.
like through your own mind, recollect yourself and just like into the better life.
Right. Due to you being with them and the things that you did while you were there with them has caused you to I guess, have mental issues. And then, yes, you are battling yourself,
I thought it was
stuff.
the water, or when you went out to that buoy. It reminded me of the Jaws. Like I thought some like shark was kind of like coming at you. Like I was creeped out
Yes.
for a second. I'm like, I don't
That's
like
exactly
that.
where I got it from.
That was nice. And
Yeah,
then when
the opening scene of Jaws where the chick's hanging on to it and the shark grabs her. Oh, yeah. That's terrible. Yeah.
you said this is in the development stages right now. When do you think this game is going to come out? And how long have you been working on it again? I'm sorry.
I've been working on it off and on for maybe a year and a half. I would love to do it full time, but I need to support the family, so I'm actually working, a 3rd shift job too. So it's pretty hard too. I would like to get it done, another year, maybe 2. Yeah.
Very nice.
See how it goes.
It's pretty awesome that you're on Steam Greenlight.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
That's pretty cool.
Are you going to make a Kickstarter or anything like that?
You know, I looked into that, and I don't know how much swag you have to throw out there for every donation. You know, I don't know if that would take up more of my time, or if I could get someone to do it for me while I'm developing the game. Yeah, but I would love to. That way, I could quit my job and have that for a couple years.
There's so many indie games that go on to Kickstarter and they have just like a ridiculous, so like, hey, check out this game, and they get the money and they can make their game. It's Kickstarter is really amazing.
Yeah, when I was up in Columbus last year for the expo, I actually got to talk to a panel about the fundraising. And I asked them, can you actually get enough money to live on for a couple of years, take care of your family while you're making your game? And they said it's possible, but don't quit your day job. And one guy, he actually quit his job and is living off of credit cards. I'm like, no, there's no way I'd try that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's kind of
man,
scary.
that is really scary.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
gotta take the risk.
Yeah, if you have a passion for it and you're like, I'm dedicated. I mean, I think that's awesome to be. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And
Oh yeah.
But I applaud that person 100%. That's pretty sick. So to go into about the marketing in the game and stuff like that, you said you might start a Kickstarter. How much do you want your game to be? I think I was seeing on there some people you were ranging it from like $4.99 to $10.
$4.99.
$4.99.
Yeah. I mean, just being by myself, I'd say $4.99.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't want to go too high, and people like freak out, like I don't want that.
Yeah, like $30.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, I mean, I can see that for an industry,
Yeah.
because I mean, you have so many people, but for one person, nah.
Yeah. But no,
Yeah.
$4.99 is perfect. And so it's on Steam Greenlight. What other platforms do you want it on? Because today's day and age, you can throw it on anything really. You could do like iPad,
Right.
you could mobile, whatever. Was it just specifically like computer, or what did you want more?
No, I want to start out with computer because I don't know what hoops you have to jump through to get on PlayStation or Xbox.
Uh-huh.
I don't know anything about that yet, but I wouldn't mind having it on everything.
Yeah, that'd be
Let
sick.
everybody have it.
Pop it open
Yeah.
on an iPad and be like, oh yeah, check out my game. I'm like, boom, and then you have it on
Yeah.
Steam. That's so sick. Diversity, like everywhere.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Sony trying to basically set something up where people can basically develop games that's more similar to the way Steam is, where people just make games and they can put them up there after approval and stuff, but just like so you're not always buying like whatever it is, like the $50 blockbuster games.
Supposedly, Steam Greenlight is going away, and they're
Yeah.
going to actually make it easier for us to sell our game. I guess they're talking about we get our own store on their website or something. We have more control of the marketing or something. They haven't really contacted us yet.
Yeah, that was my next question. What do you feel about that? I mean, when I saw it, because I was on the Steam Greenlight, your page, and you're like, hey, I guess it's going away, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I like Greenlight, like I like the games that coming on there. So
I do too.
Yeah, so I really don't understand it, but that's Valve, that's Steam, they know what they're doing. Yeah, what do you feel about that? I mean, like I said, it's a little. I don't like that at all.
Well, at first I freaked out because I'm like, hey, I've been on here for like almost a year now, and my score's going up to where I could get greenlit, and I'm going to be thrown off the website. I'm like, yeah, I was totally freaking out, and then people were jumping in and explaining, told me to calm down and everything, that we'll actually have more control of our stuff, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, it was scary at first.
Yeah, I bet. Making this game and everybody's excited for it, and then like, hey guys, we really like your indie games, but we're taking Greenlight. Sorry, but I don't think.
I have some diehard followers, which is great,
That's
and
sick.
I didn't want them to be like losing the game, I wouldn't be able to get it to them or not.
Yeah. Oh, that's into my next question. How did the green light community react? You said you had like dedicated followers. How was that? Oh, he's laughing. He's laughing.
Oh my
Good
god.
story.
They're brutal.
Damn.
People.
Yeah, I was reading some of the
They are
old
harsh,
comments.
man. When my first week on there, people were just dogging me left and
Damn,
right.
dude.
I mean, they were bad. And then as I was able to explain more of the game, they kind of calmed down. But
Yeah.
they were saying that I didn't know how to program. And like one example was on my game. If you notice, everything looks bigger than it should be. That's
Yeah.
because even though you're an adult running through the game, you still have the mind of an 8-year-old child. So I wanted to give that perspective of you being a child still, and everything's large. So the guy goes, "Oh, you don't know how to do anything because everything's out of proportion." And I was having a bad day that day, and I jumped in there and said, "I
Oh,
know
no.
exactly what I'm doing. I'm the artist." And of course, because I said that, I lost some votes.
Yeah.
So you actually have to go in there and just keep everything calm and just
Yeah.
say thank you for your input, because they're pretty they're brutal.
Like I was talking to Jake about this some time ago, and people are definitely brutal. Indie dev the game. I mean, you saw people haggle team meets and saying like, "I know where you live. I'm gonna kill you. I hate your game." But like, what I didn't understand is like, it's a game, bro. You just should calm your tits. Just calm down.
Oh yeah, people take it and try not to offend people right now. They take it way too serious. Like you said, it's a game. I mean, we could do, when we're making it, we could do anything we want. It's there for your all's enjoyment, but people are brutal. They're just harsh, man.
I was reading through your comments on the game, and I saw one guy, after like all these cool people saying, "I can't wait to get meet it now," like all this like positive stuff. There was that one random guy that says, 1998 wants to graphics specs. I'm like, it's obviously not done yet. It's in development. It's like, calm down.
Do you see my response where I said that they can't have the graphics back, and because I was joking around, he
He
gave
said,
me the
"I want it now."
What did he give you?
yeah. Everybody's comparing it to Doom, and I've never played Doom.
It kind of reminded me of Doom.
Yeah, I've never played it.
What does it matter? A game is a game. Look at all the pixel games they're making nowadays.
Oh yeah.
What defines a game as being good or bad? And Paul can back me up on this because we're both game design students, by the way. There's nothing to do with the graphics. It has a lot to play with it, aesthetics and immersion. Yeah, that all factors into that. But mechanics alone. Look at every phone app and majority of indie games. In 2008, majority of indie games. Not so much now, but it's a game that takes one mechanic and emphasizes it and just pretty much builds the game around that one mechanic, and it's great. Look at Flappy Bird. Look at Candy Crush.
Kidding.
Stuff like that.
A question off the Twitch
Yeah.
here.
Go ahead, Paul.
Any Alice Cooper references in your game?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, someone said I was copying lyrics and everything. I'm like, no. Yeah, there is no lyrics in the game. No music from Alice Cooper in the game.
Oh man, you're gonna
Yeah,
sued.
someone said they were going to get a hold of him and tell him about it. I'm like, please do, because I would love to meet him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One more for the Steam Greenlight. You already said like the community was a little harsh. You heard about Greenlight, leaving. How was working with it though? How was I'm not sure if there's like an interface or like what you have to do to get in a Greenlight. I think Evan touched on it last week, but I think there's like a period that you have to go into, or they pick your game.
I had to fill out a lot of forms. I mean, a lot of uploading the videos. I mean, it took a lot of time getting it all set up, and but like I said, the audience crowd, they immediately jumped on it. But I'm not for sure how long it takes to get greenlit. I don't know how long it took Evan. I haven't talked to him since last time. I'm going to have to go back up there. I missed last week's meetup. He was actually there. I couldn't make it, so I'm going to try to do May. Maybe he'll be there and talk to him about it.
We definitely want to go to the meetups. I know there's meetups in Cleveland, Ohio, that we want to go to. Some of our, what is it? Wow, I just went blank. Holy crap! Yeah, we want to go. But we want to go to Columbus too, for some of those. But I mean, Columbus is like 2 hours away from us, so I mean, yeah.
Well, he's in Kentucky.
Yeah, I got 2.5 hour drive for me.
Oh yeah. So hold on, what'd you say, Aaron?
I said, well, he's in Kentucky, so.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant Evan. But Evan's in Columbus, yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Here's moving on to next thing here. The artwork. You said you did all the artwork yourself.
Yes.
How you said you use 3ds Max? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I make everything in there, and then I texture it. I get all my textures online, or I make it and put them in Photoshop, and then you got to import all that into UDK and then apply the textures to your models and set it up inside. And all the sounds you got to bring in. You got to make your own lighting. The programming, like I said, I'm not a programmer, but they do have what is called Kismet. It's used. It's made for artists who don't know how to program. So I do stuff in there like that, but I'm still limited to what I want to do. I mean, I have so many ideas. I need someone to be able to make it possible for me to get this game finished.
I actually had a question for you, Scott.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a program that lets you take pictures of anything, say your sculptures, for instance, and turn them into a 3D model?
Yes, I have. Actually, when I was up at the Game Expo in December, they had that up there.
That's awesome.
This company had it. They were actually doing, I think, something from Star Wars. I think an X-Wing fighter. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Talking about you need a programmer. I know Twitter. Our Twitter's been blowing up. I know there's a bunch of freelancers and stuff like that. So if you tweet something, I can retweet it, see who pops up, and see who can help you out.
Okay.
What I've noticed and for marketing and just Twitter's definitely helps a lot. Facebook, kind of sort of with friends and family, and we have our Tumblr, and then we're doing this too on Twitch. We have our YouTube. But I would just Twitter. If you do hashtag indie dev, hashtag indie game, hashtag game dev, you'll have a lot of people that will retweet you and follow you and stuff like that. There's the community, the community of indie developers that I've seen in Twitter and that I just see all around. They're very together like a family, and that's what I like. I really like that. That like family feeling of like, hey, I want to help you out because gamers are not. They're not very nice, as you told us.
Right, yeah. Actually, I'm also on LinkedIn. Did you ever hear of that?
Yep.
Yes.
I saw it. I looked you up.
Yeah, I was on there, and I just threw out a question. Does anybody know where I could go to see where there's like maybe students or someone that could help out with programming? And I had some rude guy get on there, and he said, "Well, no one's going to stop what they're doing to help you." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not what I asked. I just asked, is there a place I could go to look for people? And he goes, well, you're probably the type that wants everybody to do everything for you while you sit back. And he goes, you probably don't even do that. I said, well, go to my site and you can see what I do. And he looked and goes, oh, okay, you actually can do something. Yeah.
Just like trolling you. Oh, man.
Yeah, man, not nice, man.
Yeah. People are, yeah.
Funny story. I don't know how much you know about the Fancy Box crew, but literally how most of us met was through social media. Aaron here, our lead programmer, I met him like a year and a half ago through a social media site because I posted something about making a game. Or no, I posted something about my homework, and it was like, because I'm a game design student, it was like involving that. And he's like, well, what the hell do you do? And then we got to talking, and then when me and Kevin got together playing these games, he randomly just texted me one night, I want to make a game. I don't care what it is or anything. I just want to make a game. I was like, okay, well, let me finish my current project that I'm working on, and then we'll get something going here. And then we needed a programmer, artist, sound. We needed all these people. I remember Aaron from the social media site, Paul here, which is my fellow designer. I'm in class with him, so I see this kid like every day. And everybody else, it was just like our artist. I posted on the same social site that I met Aaron from something about, man, want to get this game out by this date, need an artist. Some random kid's like, hey, my best friend's an artist. He's really good at it. He wants the full sale. I was like, oh, okay. Met our artist that way. Our buddy here, Brawley, met him playing a video game. Our sound engineer guy. Kenny's friends with Aaron. It's just, I don't know. It's just, aren't you a sound engineer? So you are.
I'm a sound guy. I can make sound. I'm not an engineer, though. I didn't take an engineering degree.
You know what? My bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know. You'll find people in the funniest of places if you want.
It's crazy. It's crazy how social media and just like the internet groups you up, or you meet people that you're like, oh, how'd you guys meet? And like Jake said, oh, we met like that. I'm like, no way. People are like, that's crazy.
And so not to cut you off, Kevin.
No.
But Kevin, explain about all the people we got applying to us for art. When we posted a simple little Craigslist ad, like, we need an art guy for this. We probably got like 10 emails in like 3 days about we got a guy that worked at Midway Games as the lead art director for like X amount of years. He has 15 years game industry experience and recently moved back to Ohio to be a teacher at some school. And he saw us and he's like, I really like indie games. I never got to do anything with it, but we actually met with him and spoke with him for a good solid like 2 hours.
There's
I don't know
definitely.
if you even considered it, but Craigslist is a good way too.
There's definitely.
Yeah, I've never tried that
people.
before.
Yeah, dude, try
I have
anything.
Try it.
Up at the game meet, met a sound engineer, so he and I are going to get together. He's going to do a lot of stuff for me. And at my current job, I have two talented artists, Stacy Sellers and Brandon McMurray, are going to be doing the voice acting for me. And I'm going to bounce in there once in a while do some voice acting myself, so I got that part covered.
Yeah, just you can meet people anyway. It's just crazy, like Jake said, like I said. So we're going on like 36 minutes, almost 40 minutes. I know this is a question for all devs and even gamers. Ask the devs this. What are you gonna make another game? And what?
Yes, actually, I got 2 other games in the back of my mind. I'm actually going to make part 2 of Ronnie, where the 30 years that you've lost between when you were a kid and being in the asylum. I'm going to actually go back and have you run around doing all the killing.
Oh God.
And whatnot. And that thing too, you'll be bouncing back and forth between your younger self and your adult, where you see things that really aren't there, like people on the street. You're seeing them as a zombie, and you just go off and hack them. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I have nothing written.
Yeah.
Like, I went to school and they taught us how to, you're supposed to write everything down, do storyboards, and all that. Well, I totally bypassed all that because I feel like that just slows me down, and I'm just going, just getting on the computer and just making it as I go.
Yeah. Next time on the news, Scott Bullock makes a game that makes a teenager kill people.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is just a game, people. Don't. It's not
man.
real. Don't do it.
Would you now? Does anybody? Okay. Now, working by yourself, would you suggest that to anyone else?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a good learning curve for doing it by yourself.
When you're in college, well, with me, it should have been more of a tech school, in my opinion. It should have been 3 years of nothing but learning the software. But they also had us doing math, English, history, stuff that had nothing to do with
Your degree.
the major. Yeah, the degree. So, even when I went to the expo, they had mentioned, and I highly recommended it, once you think you're able to do it, jump on making a game, because that is the best experience you will ever get. You start doing it, because I mean, it is hard. It's a lot of hurdles to get over, but it's the best learning that you could ever do.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin,
yeah.
we got another question over on the Twitch.
All right.
Asking if there's any footage of the game out there.
Yes.
Lots.
Yes. Let me show you his video or his trailer. I'll pop that up right now. And then after that, we can. If you guys have any questions after the trailer, you can throw it out there, Reaper or anyone. So let me pop it up now. All right.
I had a question. What's your favorite scary movie, Scott?
My favorite scary movie?
The trailer's playing, but I mean, it's okay.
I have so many favorites. I love all the Jason movies. I actually just, a friend of mine from my job, he gave me all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Back in the 70s, I loved the Amityville horror. Jaws, of course, just scared the crap out of me. The Exorcist. Yeah, I love them all. There was a new one. I think it came out last year. It's where a husband and wife was doing paranormal activity, and they went to this house, and man, I can't even think of it. It was just absolutely scary. I wish I knew the name of it, but I highly recommend seeing if I could think of the name of it.
Was there a kid in there, or was it just?
Yeah, oh yeah. There was a kid, and the mom was possessed by a witch, I believe.
So that's all the footage we have right now. He said he has a lot more that he hasn't put up yet. So
I do have a lot more. Like on they show where you're going through the back alley and going through the fence, which is actually a maze. I put up buildings. So I'm gonna have people yelling out the window, telling everybody, keep it down, trying to sleep, because it's kind of like if you guys ever seen the Stephen King movie It, where the whole town knows that something's going on. Yeah, they all know something's going on, that something's wrong, but they just turn away, turn their backs to it. So that's how the first level is, where you're in the back alley and you're screaming for help, but no one cares. So that's how I want a lot of the acting to go. I want you as the gamer to feel just bad for this character, because I mean, he's screaming for help as he's being abducted by these people. I want you to just feel really bad for him.
Yeah, it sounds really creepy. I'm going to give you people in the stream, Reaper and everybody else, I'm going to give you the Steam Greenlight. You can go to there, check that out, and I'm also going to throw his Twitter. Make sure you go follow him. This is a great game. It looks awesome. I would pee my pants because, like I said, I am just a puss when it comes to these scary-ass games.
When he finishes it, you can play it and stream it.
Oh, God, dude. I have I streamed some scary games, and Scott, I'll have to show you it after we're done with this. It's
the spider was best.
Oh man. What would you tell to end this off? And again, thank you for coming, Scott. If anybody on the stream has any other questions, Fancy Block devs, if you have any other questions, but this is a really good closing question. What would you tell other indie developers or making a game? Like, what would you, maybe getting out of school or maybe thinking of making a game?
I would recommend or tell everybody not to give up. Follow your dreams. Just keep plugging at it, because it is a lot of work, but it's fun, and I just keep going with it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Don't
give up.
Yeah, there you go, Jake. Anything is possible. Really, no. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it.
Right. Even though you may have some rejection with the big companies, doesn't mean that you can't make something yourself.
Everyone starts somewhere. That's a very serious.
Yeah, even if you start small, you don't have to jump in big like I did. Just start something small.
Exactly. Reaper, any other questions or anybody else on the stream? Other than that, I think we're done. This went pretty good, 43 minutes. Scott, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
Game looks great. This turned out really well, and thank you guys. Thank you, Fancy Box Devs, for joining me yet again. And we will be having a next Tuesday. Actually, no, I totally forgot. Wow, what am I doing, Kevin? This Thursday we'll be having another dev talk with indie dev Subnet. It's kind of a parkour game, just like Evan's game Lemma. So you guys should definitely check out this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. A little early, I know, but we'll have a highlight if you guys can be there live. And then that follow-up, that Tuesday, the 29th, I believe, is Pixel Noir. So that's going to be really interesting. Scott, if you ever want to jump on and watch a show, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, so this Thursday and next Tuesday, guys, make sure you put that on calendar, and make sure you follow our Twitch stream if you could. Would really appreciate that. We have a Twitter, we have our website down there as well, and again, we are an indie game company. We just do everything. We just mingle with everything. But thank you for joining us, guys, streamers, every viewers. Thank you, Reaper. And he's looking forward to the game, Mr. Scott. So take it easy. My name's Derez, Jake, Kenny, Aaron.
Yeah, Kenny, what are you doing?
Andy, Paul. Tyler wasn't with us tonight.
Take him off the stream.
That's our game, you guys.
Oh man. Okay, guys.
Oh,
thank
man.
you for stopping by.
He didn't even put in the artist.
Oh
correct.
jeez, guys.
I wonder if